Hello and welcome to this edition of Chuck's Culture Channel, your YouTube home for lively conversation on the lively arts in St. Louis and beyond. In this episode, I'm talking with James Hadley, the stage director for 'Twas the Night Before, the first ever holiday show by Canada's world-renowned Cirque du Soleil. We'll take a peek behind the scenes and learn about what went into this special cirque production. 'Twas the Night Before plays the Fox Theater in St. Louis through December 10th, 2023, as well as other major cities in the USA right through the end of 2023. To learn more, check the links in the video description field below. And now, as usual, here's a video preview. Okay, well, there you had a little bit of what the night before looks like on video. But let's talk with the stage director himself. James, welcome to Chuck's Culture Channel.
Thanks so much. It's great to be here.
Yeah. Now, as we are doing this, it is the 29th of November, 2023, which means your show is opening here in St. Louis at the Fox before it goes on to many other places.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. But you're in Montreal, aren't you?
I am actually. This year we've been really fortunate in that we've got 3 different casts of Twas heading out across the United States. I'm just back from a premiere that happened in Baltimore, and I'm back here for a few meetings, and I'll head out again to see some of the other companies. So we're really it's the first time Cirque has ever done this before. So I've replicated the show because we got such great response when we first opened it back in 2019, and so it was quite an adventure in that. Imagine at our studio in Montreal, we had 3 full casts all together rehearsing at the same time. That's something that we've never done before. So it was quite exciting.
That must be a heck of a studio, because for anyone who's seen the Cirque show in the past, they're very big and elaborate and complicated productions. So having three going at once.
It was a lot to I have to say a big thank you to everyone who organized it, because those people, we had so many coaches involved, and stage managers running around and trying to get everything organized. And of course, for us, it's been holiday here. We've been in the holiday spirit for quite a few months,
Mhm.
and getting them all into costume and getting them all their makeup done. It was a huge organizational feat that they were able to get them out and on the road in time for Christmas.
Now, of course, Cirque du Soleil is a well-established brand. I mean, many people have seen Cirque du Soleil shows over the years, but this is your first holiday show, and it's only 4 years old now, right?
Yeah, it really
2019.
was 2019, and we of course missed that one year, but then we've been going ever since. And when they first approached me about this idea, I was quite surprised, because it seems like the perfect fit. Cirque du Soleil and Christmas seem to go really well together. They're both about wonder and excitement and surprise and colorful. And so, just like you said, I was surprised that this is our first foray into the holiday events. And what I was so lucky about was that we had a group of really sort of veteran Cirque designers coming together to put this together. So they were all really excited about the concept of it. And for me as a director, I really wanted them to bring some of their favorite memories or thoughts about Christmas into their designs. And so that was, I think of James Lavoie, who did our costumes. He's all about sparkles and, making sure that the costumes are as bright and colorful as possible. And I think for him, he really, did a fantastic job.
Yeah, the visual impact of a Cirque show, as I recall, having seen a number of them, is really pretty special. I mean, I would say dazzling is not inaccurate.
Yes, I think that's a good word for it.
But you also have some of the very best circus performers in the world, I think. I've seen people do just supernaturally amazing things in circus shows. Um, how do you recruit people at this level? Because these are like the creme de la creme, it seems to me.
I have to say, our casting department is top notch. And really, all they're doing is scouring the planet for looking for the most talented, the most unique acts that exist. And they're watching videos, they're traveling to different competitions, and they come back and they really, what's one of the most fun parts about this is they present you all these different options. And there's some things that you think like, oh, that's a great act or a great performance. It doesn't quite fit into this structure, and then you'll save it for something else and say, oh, that's going to fit really great for another production. And so we, especially the Adicia Moreno, our acrobatic conceptor, we had a lot of fun looking to see, okay, what are going to be some really fun acts that families are going to love, that are going to really impress people, and maybe some things that people haven't seen too much in the past.
Yeah. Now, as you were saying before we started recording, Cirque shows are generally family friendly, but this one is kind of especially so because it's holidays, right?
Because it's holidays, exactly. And we really sort of built a new, we really called it Cirque du Soleil Family, and we were looking for what was going to really be a great new holiday tradition for families to come to. And I think, as you know, as the theater background that you have, that there's so many wonderful Christmas events for people to go to, whether it's
Hmm.
Nutcracker or Christmas Carol. There's so many that have become really wonderful family traditions. So we wanted to try something a little bit different and bring a little bit of circus and wow performance into things. And what I think has made me happiest is we didn't expect to be here 4 years later in three different companies going across the U.S. And I think that that's sort of what we touched on with this new tradition, this idea that now this could be a really fun event to go to every year. And what's great about Cirque is that there are new performers every year, and so they
Hmm.
bring new talents and new ideas. And so each show is a little bit different. So even our three different shows that are based on the same story have different, different strengths because there's different artists.
Let's talk about that story because it is inspired, as the title implies, "'Twas the Night Before," dot,
Yes.
dot, dot, on "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." All right, that's not its actual title. It's a visit from St. Nicholas. But why that particular source, and how has Cirque put its own unique spin on it?
So really, it was something that we had a lot of discussion about, and it was Diane Quinn, who was our chief creative officer, when we were talking about, okay, what is Christmas to you? And for her, it was the first thing that came up. She said, you know what, for me, growing up, it was reading 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, or as you said, really the real title being A Visit from St. Nicholas. And she said, for me, I have such a warm, just hearing that phrase, I have such just warm memories of that experience with my family. And I think
Hmm.
all of us did, we all had some kind of relationship with that. And, she just began the poem and said, "'Twas the night before Christmas and all through the house," and we all could answer back, "Not a creature
Not a
was
creature
stirring,
was
beneath
stirring,
the
not
house
even
we
a
all
mouse.
knew."
Yes.
Exactly. And what was fun for me, so once we decided on it, that was going to sort of be our anchor for the whole show, was to rediscover the poem. And as much as I thought I knew the poem, there were many lines that I'd forgotten or maybe had skipped over because I was too young to understand them. And what was great was with the creative team, finding different acts, different characters that could link with some of these really beautiful poetic lines throughout the show. And so what I didn't want to do was just sort of do a retelling of the poem. And what I thought would be more fun was sort of just completely deconstruct it
Uh,
and hear echoes of the poem throughout the show and link those to different things that are happening. So I think people who know the poem very well will recognize a lot of these lines, and some that maybe don't know it quite as well really enjoy rediscovering the poem.
yeah, it's like variations on a theme, essentially. Yeah.
Yes,
Just
exactly,
to put
exactly.
it in musical terms. Yeah. So,
Yes.
so here's the thing. Well, and of course, music is important in Cirque shows. In fact, I I made myself think of that. Who's the composer for this one, or do you have more than one?
Yes. So actually, I'm really glad you talked about the music because I really feel that this is one of the things that people come away with and are probably most excited about. So his name is Jean-Philippe Goncalves, and he not only wrote new music for it, but one of his big challenges was finding ways to reimagine some Christmas classics. So we
Uh,
have quite a few of the some musics that you probably have heard, but he's reorchestrated them, found new takes on them, mashed some of them together. And I can't tell you how many people will come out of the show and ask me right away, like, oh, where can I get a recording of this? Because it's such a fun new idea of Christmas. So I really think that that is one of the key components of the successes of the show is the music.
yeah. Well, there you have it. The show is "'Twas the Night Before," three dots, by Cirque du Soleil, their first ever holiday show. And of course, if you're watching this before December 10th, 2023, you can see it at the Fox here in St. Louis. And if not, please check out the video description field right down there below me to find out where and when you can see this show at a theater near you. So, James, thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you get down here to see your production at some point.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you so much. And I hope you get to see it as well.
Yes, thank you very much. I will do my level best. I can use some holiday spirit myself.
Yes, happy holidays.
And
Can't we all?
yes, and all of you out there, whether it's holiday or not, please remember, tell your friends about Chuck's Culture Channel here on YouTube, your one-stop shop for lively conversation on the lively arts. Share us on the socials, and don't forget to go see Cirque du Soleil if it's anywhere near you. Bye, folks. See you next time.